Doctor, it's urgent. No one else can save him. Or his gear's set up for the God Wars dungeon.
Get me an emergency bandage chest plate. Stat! And where are those barriers gloves? His strength levels are plummeting. We're losing attack efficiency.
His defense bonus is dangerously low.
Damn it, we might have to perform an emergency gear switch. Get those primordial brutes out of here. We need something with more prayer bonus.
Wait, look at his inventory. It's a mess.
Nurse, prepare for immediate inventory management. We can't let his combat effectiveness flatline. Prepare for a stat check bypass, and he might just pull through. Welcome back to our second episode of Setup Surgeon, the series where I take a look at your setups and try to improve them. For this episode, Little Mac is looking to fight Zulrah, and looking for longer trips and faster kills. Their available budget is 13 million GP, and the gear is quite budget, so it's going to be tricky to try and change too much, but let's see what we can do. I'll refer to Little Mac as L a whole bunch throughout this video, just so you know who I'm talking about. As always, we'll do our first run with exactly L's current setup.
Oh shit, here we go again.
So this is the setup. You can see we've got a 6-way switch here for range, and this is our mage gear, so full arms, Toxic Trident of the Swamp, Barrow's Gloves, Infinity Boots. We also have the Mage's Book. I think this is probably one of the first things I'm going to change in this upgrade. We've got a couple of sharks, some emergency brews, restores, the Zulrah teleport, some prayer potions, a magic potion, and the ranging potion. So I'm going to teleport to Zulrah, but instead of potting up, because my stats are at maximum, whereas L's stats are at 85s. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to brew down until my stats are at 85. So you can see here we're at 88, which I think probably makes sense. That's probably the right amount of stats. Yeah, because he's at 84s. So if he's potted up, he'll be about this level. So I'm going to keep myself brewed like this. Unfortunately, it will give me slightly more defense, but let's just see how the first trip goes. 3 minutes is a very slow first kill.
Nice.
I'll drink another dose of brew here to signify me being repotted for the next kill. We'll run it back, but there's quite a lot we need to change here already, I can feel. So you can see in that first melee hit, you actually don't have to move, you can just wait, and that will always miss you. So you can see I'm already prep moving to the next area. Sometimes I'll just flick Valkyrie when there's no overheads to pray. There's not much else to do. I know that wasn't a massive heal, but I'm just looking to make sure my spec energy isn't overcapped at any point, which is why I'm doing that. Again, I'm just attack moving to the place I want to be, so that way I'm out of the range of the poison clouds, but still keeping my DPS high. I was grading a bit there, but I really want to try to just finish the kill. Okay, we could maybe try for another kill, but our stats are so low, and that kill took also 240. So we got a 2-kill trip. Our first kill took 3 minutes, and our second kill took 2 minutes 40. So that's a pretty slow trip. And then because we got the dueling ring, I'm assuming we just go to the Ferox Enclave, and then we'll run over and drink our restore, and we'll bank. But already, I feel like the setup needs a lot of work. So let's go to the Grand Exchange and we can review. Okay, so let's review how that went. First of all, the lots of switching felt like a lot of effort for not much payoff. The accuracy increase from full switching to ARMS didn't feel that amazing. Secondly, I think our range setup is reasonably good. Our DPS in our range gear is not too bad. We were using adamant darts there, so I might change that up a little bit. Our inventory feels like a bit of an issue, and it does feel like a massive pain to switch the recoil on, so instead I would change that to stay in the inventory instead of being equipped. So let's go back to the drawing board really quick.
2,000 years later.
So I sold the ARMS, Infinity Boots, and Mage's Book for a total of 8.5 million GP. I used this money to combine with our 13 million budget from L to buy an Amulet of Fury, so we have a neck switch, as well as better prayer bonus. I also bought a Ring of Suffering. This is our big purchase to give us a boost in tank stats, as well as give us a never-ending Ring of Recoil. I also changed into Void Mage Robes, as the DPS was more or less identical to ARMS, and the defense changes didn't hurt us too badly, because we're going to be praying overheads against the dangerous thing most of the time. Obviously, we'd love to upgrade the Ava's Assembler, however, I assume L hasn't done Dragon Slayer 2, or it already would be, so I'll leave it as is at the accumulator. Lastly, for the final bits of our money, I bought a rune pouch for runes for Thralls, as this is free damage. If L doesn't have Thralls, Vengeance is an equally good option, and the DPS is a similar gain, assuming you Venge at the good time. 222, a little bit better than our 3 minute and 240, so we'll run back. I'm going to eat, and then brew up to count as brewing down. Again, I'm just going to camp the overhead mage, try and avoid some snakeling damage. Okay, we got a very slow kill there. I did feel much more durable in that run, but we definitely didn't get that much faster of a kill. Okay, so I've done another final tweak to the gear. I've got rid of the Book of Darkness and replaced with the Book of the Dead, as there were only 4 difference in magic bonus anyway. This saves us an extra inventory slot, which allows us to bring an extra piece of food or prayer. I'll bring food in this case, but prayer is just as easily good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-pot my brew at the bank, which would be the effective equivalent of L pre-drinking an anglerfish.
What?
I, however, am not going to be bringing a magic potion to the actual run itself. That will stay in the bank, and I recommend the same for L. So I will bring this Divine Ranging Potion to show that it's there for supply usage, but I'm not actually going to use it. The other thing that I'm going to bring is 1 Guthix Rest. So this can occasionally be used for tick eating, which might save us in those last few kills that really get us over the line. Basically what you can do is you can eat a dose of Guthix Rest while a projectile is in midair, and you'll heal higher than the max hit of the damage, so you won't die. Alright, that's that. Let's pot up, grab ourselves an extra tuna potato, and teleport to Zulrah. Okay, so immediately getting our Thrall going. Already getting some good hits in. Finally, some good specs. Healed ourselves back to full life. Okay, our first kill of the trip was a 215. Not too bad. We also didn't use too many supplies. So what I'll be able to do here is then brew back up, and then restore once, and then brew again. And this will make it like I'm repotted for the next kill. Maybe we'll run straight back in. So I'm just praying overhead mage here so I don't get hit by that snakeling. I want to protect as much health as possible to make sure my tuna potatoes last as long as possible, and I'd rather go through a bit of extra prayer instead. Oof, just barely got that kill. Again, I'm going to eat and then brew over, and then I'll be able to restore. Oh, I've actually messed that up. Oh well. I think technically 99s are probably closer to the stats, but I'll still just drink the dose of brew even though all it does is waste an inventory slot here. But that is 2 kills, and you can see we still have plenty of supplies left, so we should be comfortable coming into our last kill of the trip. There we go. 3 kill trip, and you can see we still have plenty of food left. Technically, if you optimized a little bit more, I think it would be possible maybe even cut the Guthix Rest and bring an extra prayer potion, or maybe cut a piece of food for an extra prayer potion. You can see that we could easily make a 4th kill here. Well, with that, let's go restore our stats, and that's our trip completed. In total, we got how much loot? 282k in just 1 trip at Zulrah, and it's not like this was good loot either. We got Dragonstone bolts, which are terrible. Okay, now to do some quick maths in our recap and look at how much we improved our profitability and kills per hour to meet the goal. So in our first trip, it took a total of 6 minutes and 20 seconds to get 2 kills. If we assume a minute for banking, so our total kill time for 2 Zulrahs plus banking was 7 minutes and 20 seconds, we could divide that by 2 to get our average time including banking to kill 1 Zulrah, 3.66 minutes. This works out to be 16.4 Zulrahs per hour. And according to the wiki, that brings our total profit per hour to about 1.65 mil GP per hour. Man, Zulrah has fallen a long way. Now let's examine our final setup. In total, it took us 7 minutes to get all 3 Zulrah kills, plus 1 minute of banking, so 8 minutes total for 3 kills. We get to divide that by 3, so we get down to 2.66 minutes per Zulrah kill on average, which works out to be 22.5 Zulrahs per hour. This turns out to make us 2.272 million GP per hour, or about a 40% increase over our original starting point, without even really changing our stats or gear all that much. I think with even more tweaking for your personal setup, you could potentially even get to 4 kill trips, and every extra kill you can get at Zulrah is time saving you're not banking in between trips. I'm glad I could be your surgeon today. Found something in this video interesting? Consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribing. Another massive thank you to my supporters on Patreon who keep this channel you can support from as little as $2 a month. And thank you to the rest of my Patreons of all tiers. I suggest checking out the Discord as I'll be doing future episodes of Setup Surgeon. If you want your setup analyzed, go check out the Discord channel, check out the video description for links to the Patreon, Twitch, Twitter, and Discord, and I hope something in this video helped you reach your next level.